on this project, I heard a lot of, oh, I love my wife so much, and then when I'm hurt, I'm calling my family. My family tell me that I gotta keep going, and when I keep going, I stand on my stool, and I'm saging that house. I can get rid of these demons. The devil is by me. Like, dog, like, respectfully, because I like that shit. I just don't like him doing it without big budgets.
Hot tea.
As I expected, you got people from my hometown of Detroit who are upset about the video I did about Big Sean's new album, Better Me Than You. But you know what? Let's hear what the Podfather had to say about the album, because I'm getting beat up for my take. Let's see what Joe had to say. Make sure y'all like the video and subscribe. Let's check it out.
Big Sean. Big Sean dropped Better Me Than You is the name of this project.
Big Sean is fabulous for this generation.
Was it good?
Holy shit.
Wait, excuse me?
Fab. He's fab for this generation.
Oh, fabulous.
He walked
like,
right out there with it.
Yeah.
He didn't hesitate at all.
But wait, hold on.
My only thing is Fab's longevity is
Shit, Sean been around for a minute now.
Yeah, but for this generation, they track.
Yeah.
Did we not enjoy the project? I know it just came out. It might be too soon. Maybe we need another listen. Maybe we need it to grow on us.
I needed quite a few more listens.
This nigga ice.
What, man? It's hard for me. I compare artists to their discographies. Mm-hmm. It's hard for me to hear Dark Sky Paradise, Big Sean, and then hear pretty much
Finally Famous, Big Sean.
Yeah, this. It's gonna sound really fucked up what I'm about to say, and I apologize if anybody gets offended. But I'm just not a fan of mental health rapping Big Sean. Like the therapy, the meditation, all that positivity. It just don't sound right
authentic?
in the music. No. It's authentic. It's who you are today.
Okay.
But it almost feels like something's missing now in the music. Like you've gotten to a place of peace and tranquility in your life that it don't sound good in the music. He just sounds too peaceful.
You're like Chance Jr.
Yeah.
It's like Chance Jr. Like on this project, I heard a lot of, oh, I love my wife so much, and then when I'm hurt, I'm calling my family. My family tell me that I gotta keep going, and when I keep going, I stand on my stool, and I'm saging that house. I can get rid of these demons. The devil is by me. Like, dog, like, respectfully, because I like that shit. I just don't like him doing it without big budgets. I feel like what you're saying and a little bit of what you're saying is kind of what I'm saying. With I like my Big Sean with a bigger budget, because Dark Sky Paradise, and I mean this may be credit to Drake, but Blessed is kind of a mental health record.
Yeah,
I live the life I deserve. Funny
yeah.
had him in it, but he just made it work.
It's dressed up in a way that's not so on the nose.
Yeah, the beat was dark, the hook is fire. Like, he's given us fly mental health bars before. I just don't like it without the big production and the big hook.
If I asked you guys to elaborate on a fabulous correlation, it would offend somebody.
Potentially, I don't want to dive too deep because
I mean he's been around Fab, so I would want to hear, because he said that you jumped right out there, so obviously there's some basis to your claim. So I want to hear what he had to say about that, because he's been around it.
I'm not mad at the correlation.
I don't understand though, because Fab, I don't understand. I don't understand. Fab had a great career to me.
For sure, it's not a knock. It's not a knock. I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
Yeah, but I don't understand the correlation.
Saying that he's this generation's Fab.
Yeah, like
he's just kind of like,
well,
he's
Fab,
not Hove. He's not, and Sean is not Drake. He's not at that level.
Okay.
He still makes very good music. It just doesn't necessarily reach to that.
Oh.
It sounds like both of them had the potential to go to that next level and never got there.
Yeah.
And that's not a shot.
Yeah, like there's a ceiling.
Not a shot, yeah.
And it's not a shot, but it sounds like a shot.
I see what you're saying.
It don't sound the nicest. But it's not a bad thing.
But maybe
See, I mean, for me, one of the only differences between them two is Fab had a really, really, really deep girl bag.
Sean's got a lot.
I know Sean's got a girl bag. I just don't think it's on par with Fab's girl bag. That's my opinion, one. And two, Fab was embraced by every MC in his era.
Yes.
There was never another MC that was trying to hinder him, blackball him, challenge him, or just hold him back. And I think some of that does exist for Sean. Like Sean's class, I don't feel like was the kindest to him, especially when he wasn't around yet.
Yeah, but with Sean's class, he still got he was able to get out there with all of them cats the same way Fab was.
He's got records with basically everybody.
Everybody from that era, Sean has records with.
On the strength of Kanye.
Maybe.
Whatever reason, he has those records, and he Big Sean on them records.
Fab never had a Kanye.
That's true. That's true. That is a big difference.
Fab had Clue and Duro.
Yeah,
that's true.
Shout out to Clue and Duro.
Sean's flow and like delivery just be so
monotonous.
Monotone.
Yeah, it's just like monotone. It's like
Which is another thing that Fab kind of sometimes has too.
You're not really. It almost sounds like you're not even putting no effort or nothing into it. You just lackadaisical on the beat, and it just makes it almost makes the song sound a little boring here.
Even if you're saying fly shit.
Yeah, the way you say it also matters a lot.
That's true. It does.
And with some of the other records, the features that he's been on, he had bigger production. So it could craft around it a little bit, make it sound a little bit better.
But you just might have been in the room with some killers and you tried to step up your delivery and put more effort.
Or you're in the room with Kanye or No ID or someone else like, yo, say it.
I want to ask that though, real quick. Is it the Kanye effect where when Kanye put his hand on you, he gives you so much and you reap so much benefits from, I guess,
I think you just
production.
learn being around those situations.
I know, but when you leave him,
now you got to do it yourself.
But it's not the same. It doesn't hit the same.
You might got your homeboys in the studio that's just like,
no, but I'm just talking about like, even production wise, or even like, it doesn't hit the same.
So look, as harsh as I was about the Big Sean album, at least I gave the production credit. Now look, Ice, Joe, and Parks, they've been around music long enough to know when production doesn't sound like it came from a place where you're getting a lot of money from a record label, right? And so I can agree, this production doesn't sound as big and wide and, as characteristic as some of the production you might hear from a Kanye West. And it's funny that I mentioned Kanye because we know how pivotal Kanye was in the music upbringing of Big Sean. Or a Travis Scott production, right? That sounds like a big budget production. It sounds like the kind of production that the record label wants to succeed. So I'll give them that. I don't agree that it was bad, and I don't think they said it was bad. They just noticed that it wasn't big budget record label production. Cool, I'm fine with that. But I still like the beats. Look, I'm one of them dudes. If you give me a decent sample, I'm here. I'm here for it. I like samples. I'm a sample guy. I'm sorry. You can get me to say your beat is good if you give me a sample. And I like original production too. But just for me, it's harder to impress me with original production. You got to be really good for me to say a beat is fire when you're not going off of a sample. And maybe I just like this, where people bring or pull samples from. I like those eras of music. I like 70s, 60s, and 80s music too. So that might have something to do with it. 90s as well. Early 2000s. Now because now we sampling early 2000s stuff, right? Nelly and everybody else. But anyway, yeah, I thought the production was good. So that's the only place where me and the JBP kind of fraction off about this album. They felt like the production could have been better. It could have been more expensive. I think the production was okay. But we're all aligned when it comes to Big Sean's performance on this album. As I said, it sounds like Sean had no energy. He was lazy. He was lackadaisical. He didn't care. I said that. I said that about 48 hours ago in my review. Go watch it. You got people on my phone upset. You from Detroit. You supposed to do the. Everybody always get mad at videos that only do 1,000 views. When I do like 300,000 views, 400,000, the times I've done 1 million views on a video, people never hit me up. Don't even give me a congratulations. But when it's 1,000 views and I'm saying some shit people don't like, everybody want to blow up my phone. But that's another conversation for another time. I'm not the only one saying this now, people. And we're at a different point. See, that's where that comparison to Fabulous come from, right? We're at a different point in Big Sean's career. And I don't blame it on Kanye. I don't think his career looks different because Kanye left. I always tell y'all Big Sean was the kid. He put down the basketball. No, he picked up his basketball and he went home. He got mad. He took his ball and he went to the house. Because it was a time when, you know, people weren't ready to have a conversation of putting Big Sean in the top 3. It was reserved for Drake, J. Cole, and Kendrick. And I think he got upset about that. And he went on and started a family. Or maybe he met Janae Aiko and, you know, they fell in love and he just kind of put the music aside for a second. Kendrick did the same thing. Okay. But a piece of me just feels like he felt that he would never get the recognition that those guys get. So I might as well go over here and focus on something else. And see, that's why I respect J. Cole so much, because he knew what it was. And that boy went to the playground. He went to the gym. He started putting up reps. He started producing. And when producer didn't work, he started rapping again. He started getting back in the lab. And gave us some of the most incredible verses that we've ever heard from any rapper over the past couple of years. That's what I wanted to see from Big Sean. I think look, I'm a big subscriber of, if somebody walk you through the door, you are set. It's up to you on whether or not you drown. Kanye pulled Big Sean out the water. However their relationship is fractured, and even in this clip of Joe and the podcast talking about the album, they said that song Apology was about Kanye. I don't know, because being from Detroit, I know that Big Sean has some people that he came up with that he's really close to. And I could see him also talking about some of those dudes other than just Kanye. But, you know, sometimes in music, you can say one thing, but you addressing about 3 or 4 people. But that's not my personal business to get into. I'm just saying, I think it could be deeper than just Big Sean's fractured relationship with Kanye, okay? But going back to what I'm saying, yeah, when Kanye left, Big Sean had all the tools he needed to be successful. It's up to you. Just like I don't feel bad for any of these dudes talking about they got bad record deals. Guess who else had a bad record deal? LL Cool J. I can give you a list of rappers who had shitty deals that still made it. Joe Budden didn't have the best deal, and you don't always have to make it in rap, but you should make it somewhere. Ergo Joe Budden. You don't stop fighting. You don't stop trying. You never give up. Okay? So I don't blame Sean's lack of success on that. But like I was saying earlier, it's a different era because the numbers for Big Sean, they not the same no more. And to me, that's why I feel like you should really be trying to put out something good. I feel like Big Sean was just like, I got an itch to make some music. And you know, when people have a baby, they got to get off I just had a baby bars. So let me get into, you know, some music that one day when my child grow up, they can, you know, look back on this album and say, yo, my dad put out an album. He was talking about me. I think that's cute. Do I think kids really care? Do I think Blue Ivy is listening to some of the songs that her dad made about her and smiling? Probably not right now. Maybe when she gets older, when she about 30, 40, she'll appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I don't want to take away the emotion out of it or the intent out of it or try to say it's corny. It's cool. But regardless, I still think when Jay-Z or any other rapper has those moments, you still got a job to do, which is perform for the audience. If you just want to make a song for your child, make it and don't put it out. And I'm not saying these songs were necessarily bad. I'm just saying overall, Big Sean didn't deliver. And see, when I had that conversation about the head of the snakes from Detroit, you got to understand when Drake was killing stuff, and when he's still that guy. And because Drake is doing his thing at the top of music in general, it opens up so many doors for Canadian artists. And that's my point about Big Sean and Eminem and these guys from Detroit. The better their career is going, the more doors it opens up for other artists. And now, when Big Sean is kind of falling off, it's doors that close for artists that might have popped off if the Detroit wave was a little more popular. And we still got a wave. I see people still in Detroit production. I hear dudes from other states with production that sounds like it comes from Detroit. People rapping like they're from Detroit, but they ain't never been to the city. I see our influence, but if we want to be in front of it so we get the credit, our big fish have to swim. And that's why I said at this point, it's not on Big Sean no more. It's on Peasy. It's on T Grizzly. It's on Baby Tron. It's on Babyface. It's on GT. Whoever else you want to name. We need our guys that make good music and that have some recognition to pop off and keep swimming if we want to keep this wave going. Because that's the difference between Atlanta and everybody else. For a second, I thought Detroit was going to have that Atlanta moment. And I was like, okay, we doing it. But we don't have as many artists popping off from the city as Atlanta did and still does. Every day we wake up, it's a new dude from Atlanta killing shit. I just started listening to this guy named No Cap. I'm like, damn, where did he come from? And who was that other dude who made that song Kalani? I think his name is Jordan something or something like that. Like, I was listening to his music earlier. We don't, in Detroit, we don't have that many artists popping. And I want to, and I know, and it's sad because it's a lot of talent in the city. But doors can't open if the big guys are not swimming. If the guys with record labels are not producing. If the guys with deals are not producing. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news. Just because I got an opinion don't mean I don't love my city. Downtown is so expensive. I must love my city because my bank account is short. When I'm seeing all them negatives on my bank account from all of these expensive ass places in downtown Detroit now, y'all know it's a whole bunch of places in downtown Detroit. If you don't live in Michigan, like, it's so many places downtown that are stupid expensive. I see $1 million apartments every day. I see places that's costing $3,000 to $5,000 a month. If you spending money downtown, you must love it. You must love the city, okay? Let me know what y'all think about this. Like the video and subscribe. Shout out to Joe Budden and the pod. Fire episode. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.